I was doing that set reminder thing. There we go.
Bios?
I'm not seeing them. Oh, yeah. Like the Steam icon and...
Who said? Not something to mess around with. Friend of mine,
You have no chance!
Oh no, not you. You remember me? Just go. I'm too old for this.
Yeah.
No surrender! Malagas!
So nice to see this game again.
There might be a bit of blood when you go upstairs.
You again?
I'm here for a different reason.
After last time, they tortured me. I thought they were going to kill me, just like I told you. It hurt so badly, I begged for death.
I didn't mean for that to happen.
Just hurry, and tell me what you want.
There's something you need to know. The cult is dead.
What do you mean, they're dead?
Just that. I've killed them all. There's nobody left to control you.
You may have unmasked those who made the decisions, but the cult did not die with them. Their beliefs will live on.
Then I'll find and kill whoever follows them.
That is not a possible task. Now, tell me what you want.
You told Socrates something, and I want to know why.
Questioning why the Pythia speaks is a strange thing.
I know why you speak, and I know who controls your voice. Tell me why the cult had you tell Socrates he's the wisest.
The cult didn't tell me to say that. I did that on my own.
The cult wouldn't allow you to do that.
Which is why I was very careful. I seek Socrates as an ally, but simply asking him to help wouldn't have worked.
An ally? For what?
I know much of Socrates. Not only has he visited me often, but his students do as well.
Get to the point.
You know the gods don't speak through me. I feel Socrates is the one who can convince others of this. If he succeeds, the cult will have no more need for me.
So you're hoping he comes to the conclusion that the gods don't exist?
It matters not if Socrates believes they exist. He needs simply to doubt that the gods speak through me.
If you just told him your words aren't from the gods, wouldn't that serve the same purpose? And much quicker?
Socrates is not the type to desire the answer so easily. He'll have more drive when he finds the answer on his own.
I understand why you think Socrates can help, but why tell him he's the wisest?
He'll delve into what it means to be wisest. It's my hope he'll conclude he's not, and therefore doubt the words of the gods.
This is getting complicated.
Whatever you do, you can't tell Socrates.
I understand. He has to come to the answer on his own.
Exactly. Although, if you truly wish to help Socrates, a student of his came by not long before you. He seemed distraught.
Distraught?
He was clutching a book tightly to his chest and kept looking over his shoulder. He told me he was going into a tomb nearby until things were safe.
Thank you. I'll find him.
Please, don't come back here again.
Must be.
This is it.
I've had enough out of you. Find the boy and take the papyrus.
Sorry for sharing my fear of tombs with you.
What was that?
Nothing.
see that.
Don't worry, I'll make you This tomb is bigger than I thought. He has to be around here somewhere.
God, I didn't even see that snake.
You don't need to be scared now. I'm not with them.
That doesn't mean you won't kill me. You just want this for yourself.
I'm a friend of Socrates.
You are? Prove it.
Socrates is one of the most frustrating people I've ever known. He just talks and talks and talks. And it feels like he asks questions just so he can continue talking and talking and talking.
What you call frustrating, I call brilliant. But it's clear you know him well.
Why were those men after you?
For some reason, they wanted these writings of Socrates's. Well, I wrote them, but it's all his words.
That seems like a strange thing to want.
One of them had a big mouth. He mentioned something about the priest at the sanctuary of Athena Pronea. He said this was the final thing they needed to get rid of Socrates.
What drew you to Socrates?
I've never met a man like him, and I don't think I ever will again. Every day with him is one worth waking up for.
I've always been curious. What does Socrates teach you?
So much. Follow him around for an entire day and you won't be able to sleep. Your mind will be so aflutter with thoughts.
I'm not sure I'd last a whole day with him. I'll take care of the priests.
Thank you. And... well, please, give this to Socrates. It hurts me to say this after all I've learned from him, but I have a family. I can't risk being caught up in whatever this is.
So you're going to stop being his student?
It feels I have no choice. Maybe one day that will change.
I'll be sure to give him the writings.
Thank you. Make sure he stays safe. The world will be a worse place without him in it.
That student gave me an idea. Xantippe said there was a symposium. Maybe I can convince the others who were there to help Socrates. I'm not sure why the priests want Socrates gone, but I need to take care of them.
I've always said Socrates.
I need to talk to them.
Να σε πάβει τούτο.
Maybe I can convince them to stand up for Socrates at it.
Do not students take what they learn from their teachers? What then if the teacher is wrong? Does that not simply perpetuate these wrong teachings amongst future generations?
You assume the students aren't wise enough to understand the flaws of the teacher. Think of those who came before us. First Thales, then his student Anaximandros, and then Anaximenes. Without the teachings of those before him, it's safe to say Anaximenes would not have reached the conclusions he did.
I don't think that's true at all. Oh, perhaps this new phase can offer a different perspective.
A student gets to take all the knowledge of their teacher without needing to come up with answers themselves. If they're smart, they should surpass those they studied under.
An astute observation. The time saved by receiving the knowledge allows the student not only to expand on the ideas, but to come up with more of their own. But what if the student expands on ideas without first seeking the truth behind them?
If a student asks questions before first learning from their teacher, they've not only failed their teacher, but themselves.
Yes, and more would do well to challenge what they hear.
Your appearance betrays you, Mystios. Clearly, you've taken on a teacher of your own.
Something like that. He's the reason I'm here. Socrates needs your help.
Socrates? Ha! If it's another debate you want, it will be hard for us to decide who hates that man more. Why would we help him?
It doesn't matter if he's your worst enemy. If they're willing to imprison someone like Socrates only for his words, what's to say they won't do the same to you?
So, you want us to help out of fear of being imprisoned ourselves?
I don't care why you help. If I hadn't said his name, would you think it was right Socrates was locked up?
If it's as you say, and it was for his words, then no.
And aren't you afraid it could happen to you too?
Of course. If we can't speak our minds, what else are we to do?
If you believe that, then you should help.
Fine, fine. You've made your point, and you've made it well. Socrates deserves our help, but we don't give it lightly.
That makes it worth even more.
We'll be on our way then. We'll gather some others as well. Make sure our voices are heard. Believe it or not, we're pretty good at causing a scene.
If you're like Socrates, that's not hard to believe.
Wow, I've never seen someone convince them so easily before.
Is that so? I guess I should feel proud. I'm surprised to see a child here.
Is there an age at which it would suddenly be okay to debate with them? What then of the night before I turned that age? Should we be prevented from doing what we wish due to the world's view of us?
I regret doubting you at all.
Thank you. There are few things greater than gaining the understanding of another.
On that, we disagree.
Disagreements can lead to even more understanding.
You're the first kid I've met who'd rather debate than play.
Don't tell the others, but I'm envious that you're a student of Socrates. I hope one day to be as well.
You're on the right path. What's your name?
Aristocles. Although I've never liked that name much.
It does sound like countless others I've heard around Athens. Why not choose another?
I can do that? Huh. My brother always had a problem saying my name, so he called me Plato instead. Perhaps I'll use that.
I like it.
Thank you. Well, I better hurry after the others. Here.
Oh, he's famous.
Ποιος εμέ περιπέζει.
Oro.
Τι το τούτον. Είστε ασφαλείς εν ελάβει εστί.
Ουδεπόποτε απογράψετε.
Make it look easy.
Come on! The watch will be vigilant here. No, fire! Out!
Once we have the money, those priests must really want to hire the thugs and want to get rid of Socrates.
Now that all the priests are dead, they won't be able to testify against Socrates.
I'm here for your bounty!
Get back here now!
What do I do?
It's hot!
Pretty damn good fire damage there.
I should return to Socrates before the trial starts.
Got cut short on my screen.
What? I will enjoy taking your...
I can't tell you've had a break from this game at all.
That doesn't look right.
Socrates, you're here.
I am.
What happened? The trial couldn't have taken place that quickly.
Had I been given the chance to defend myself, it would have been quick indeed. But unfortunately for me, I was let free before I could.
That's good news.
Apparently, those who had charges to bring against me were found dead. And evidence they claimed to have went missing.
It sounds like someone was looking out for you.
There were also some people protesting my arrest, I was told. I have to ask, did you have something to do with this?
Me? Kill? Steal? Arrange protests?
Yes.
It does sound like me. But it was someone else this time.
I'm glad I asked.
Did you have time to find an answer for the Pythia's words?
I thought it would have taken much longer than it did, but the moment I stopped thinking about it, it came to me like a flash of Zeus's lightning.
So, do you agree with the Pythia, or not?
The gods cannot lie. Yet, I know that I know nothing. I had to understand what it meant for one who knows nothing to be called wise. I realized that though the Pythia said my name, she did not mean me.
Who did she mean then?
That is not an answer I'd yet like to voice. It's one that people may not want to hear, and I must think on how I wish to share my new beliefs with Athens.
Whatever it is, be careful. I don't want to find you've been arrested again. We should get you home. I'm sure you'll be more comfortable there.
In some ways, that will be true. In others, well, Xanthippe will decide that. Being free feels good, but I don't believe Xanthippe will be happy with me.
She has good reason to be mad this time.
We argue often about how I need to be careful with what I say and where I say it. This will only give her more cause to bring it up.
That doesn't sound very fun.
Oh, you misunderstand. I love it.
You do?
People see Xanthippe and believe it is her beauty that drew me to her. But it is her argumentative spirit I lust for.
Nobody ever likes that about me.
Having my opinions and thoughts challenged helps me to refine them and to grow as a person.
And she likes these arguments?
Oh, I doubt it. But it is in those fiery moments that her spirit is strongest, like an untamed horse.
Don't call her a horse to her face.
I'm afraid your advice is a bit too late.
Get somewhere safe, Socrates.
I'm going to tear you in half!
I wonder what that was about.
With the things I do, it's sometimes hard to know.
Let's hurry back before anything else happens.
You came back. Finally. I'm ready to return to Athens. I've had enough of Phokis and his talk of the Pythia.
You will be happy to hear I have no need for her words any longer.
Ah, then something positive came out of this after all.
I just remembered. A student of yours has been taking notes of your teachings. He wanted you to have them. What did you do that for?
Nobody asked him to write down my words.
Even so, why not keep it? Share it with others.
Because of a story I was told as a boy.
All right, let's hear it.
The king of Egypt, Thamos, was visited by the god Thephtha. Thephtha offered the invention of writing to the king and told him it was an elixir of memory and wisdom. But Thamos disagreed. He believed the people would no longer use their memories, for they would simply read instead. These written words would not offer true wisdom, but only the appearance of such.
You don't want your words written down so others can't use them to pretend to be smart.
Much like creatures in a painting, the words sit there unmoving. If you ask them a question, they they will preserve a solemn silence. And no matter how many times you ask, they will only ever say the same thing. They cannot defend their message.
That's the part you like. The defense of your words.
All who speak should defend their words if questioned about them. That is why I choose to speak and not write. That is why any words of mine that last beyond my final breath will be those that people choose to remember. Those words will be true wisdom and not an illusion.
What's your plan now?
After I return to Athens, there's much I need to consider.
You'll be careful, right?
If I have to choose between saying nothing and staying safe, or speaking up and risking my life, the choice is easy.
I should get going. I'm glad you're free.
As am I, although, if you allow me, there is something.
I doubt I could stop you.
We like to believe that action means progress, but it's control that's so truly desired. The more we do, the more control it seems we have, but the less we allow for others. If we grip too tightly, we'll find we've crushed what it is we're holding on to.
Meaning...
Meaning we must sometimes let life unfold without trying to influence the outcome.
I'll keep that in mind. I almost forgot. In your letter, you said you had something to ask me. What was it?
You know, I've completely forgotten now. Take care, Alexios.
Stay out of trouble, Socrates.
Killing you will and reduce the competition. You can't run from this boundary.
That was a big boy.
You were always better with your fists than with your singing.
And you're as beautiful as you were on Kefalonia.
I was covered in mud half the time. Still am. Life of a farmer, I suppose.
I got your note. How did you know I was in Arcadia?
Everyone's hunting for the Mystios with the broken spear and pet eagle. So I started a little hunt of my own.
No matter where I used to hide on Kefalonia, you were the only one who could always find me.
That's because you were terrible at hiding.
Maybe you only found me because I wanted you to.
Listen, we both know I was the one who was best at hiding. I'll prove it. Stay here, close your eyes, and at the count of 10, come and find me.
You're joking.
Come, it'll be like old times. And no using Icaros, that's cheating. Now, close your eyes.
Ένα, δύο, τρία, τέσσερα, πέντε, έξι, εφτά, οχτώ, εννέα, δέκα. Ready or not, here I come. You call this hiding?
Your tracking skills have improved.
It feels like forever since we've seen each other. I couldn't wait to find you.
When did you become so charming?
Since I got your note.
Oh, this is too much fun. I want to hear everything about your life, from the day I left until now.
And I want to hear about yours.
Oh, my story would put you to sleep. Come, let's go to the beach and talk like we used to in Sami.
Babse!
He's just not allowed to have a girl, huh?
Your life sounds so exciting. But there's something very important I need to know. Can you still hold your breath?
My breath?
On Kefalonia, you could always swim farther and deeper than anyone else. You used to bring me the most beautiful treasures from the sea.
Don't move.
underwater so long, I was getting worried.
I wasn't coming up for air until I found the perfect gift.
It's beautiful. You warm my heart like the sunrise.
Your heart isn't the only thing I could warm up.
Has that line ever worked for you?
I guess not. Anais? What's wrong?
Seeing you playing and laughing like old times. There's something I haven't told you. I'm married.
I see.
I should have told you sooner. I'm sorry. Meet me back at the house. I'll explain everything.
Yeah. Well, who couldn't flirt with him?
There he is!
Yeah, their outfits are starting to get really nice. They're putting on the mercs. That's a good idea. What was the one with the testicle name?
Oh, I'm glad you came.
So you're married? Why didn't you tell me sooner?
Seeing you brought back so many fond memories. I wanted to live in them for as long as I could. Life's been hard since Dantos left.
Where did he go?
Once the war started, Spartans came for his sword. He was killed in battle, leaving me to run the farm and raise our son.
You have a son?
Arion. I'd love for you to meet him, but he's run off again.
Why aren't we looking for him?
He always goes to the same cave, where he trains to be a mighty warrior.
I don't think I've met a boy who didn't want to become the next Achilles.
Yes, of course. You've given me an idea. You could talk to him.
I could?
Gods know he doesn't listen to his boring mother. But you've seen death up close. You could convince him to stay away from fighting and help me here on the farm.
All right. I'll talk to your son.
Thank you.
How should I introduce myself without scaring the boy?
Tell him you're a friend of his mother's from Kefalonia. The one with the eagle. The stories I've told him about you are his favorites.
Is there anything about your son's father I should know? To help me connect with him?
Dantos broke his finger, working the fields. It healed crooked. When Arion asked about it, my husband said he was so strong as a baby, he grabbed it and snapped it like a twig. This is how we knew he was blessed by Heracles.
I'll find Arion.
My husband used to take him to the cave on hunts. They'd spend nights there. It's been taken over by wolves since then.
Wait, did you say wolves?
Yes, worries me sick. He calls them his friends and, believe it or not, they seem protective of the boy. Please, don't harm them, Alexios. Arion would be devastated.
She's making him a mama's boy.
There he is.
That's ridiculous.
If they don't attack me, I won't attack them.
Whoa! You look like a mighty warrior!
And you must be Arion. I've come to bring you home.
Why should I trust you?
Your mother and I used to get into trouble back on Kefalonia.
Kefalonia?
We'd sneak into the markets, grab as much cheese and grapes and bread as we could carry. My eagle, Icaros, kept watch and warned us if there was anyone coming.
You're Alexios? The eagle bearer?
Your mother trusted me with the very important task of escorting you home through this dangerous forest.
But I don't want to leave.
I know. You come here to be close to your father.
You know nothing about my pater.
I know when you were a baby, you broke his finger with the strength of Heracles.
Pater's fingers were big and tough. That's why I trained, to make these hands strong like his.
I understand, but first we need to leave this cave. The wolves are getting hungry.
They'd never eat me. They're my friends.
Yes, your friends. Let's go anyway. Your mother misses you very much.
If I do, could you teach me to be a mighty warrior?
We'll see. Now come.
It's weird that horse would be right there, though. Oh no.
Time for some target practice.
What happened? Damn, you did.
You both are!
You didn't have to send anyone after me, Mater. I can take care of myself.
I know you can, my love.
You told him about me, Mater. He knew things.
I did. He wanted to know all about you, so you weren't scared of going with him.
I wasn't scared. I was brave.
Thank you for bringing him home.
What are you smiling about?
I was just thinking about how I could possibly repay you for bringing Arion home to me.
I'm sure I could think of a few things.
Name your price, Mistios.
All this time together, and you haven't shown me where you sleep.
I'll show you a better spot, but we won't be sleeping.
Your appetite is insatiable.
You've awakened a part of me I thought I'd lost. I know you've already done so much for me, but if there's just one more thing you could do...
I'm not sure I can stand up.
Arion wants to be a mighty warrior, but I can't lose any more of my family to war.
If Arion learns to fight, he can protect you and the farm.
I can't work this farm alone. He won't listen to me, but he looks up to you. I can see it in his eyes.
I'll talk to him. But I don't think he's as fond of me as you are.
You flatter yourself. Just show him how to plant seeds, burn some old grass, maybe slaughter a few chickens. It will seem more exciting coming from you.
That's not
Hello,
teaching him
Arion.
to fight.
Hello.
What's wrong?
I miss my pater.
Want to talk about it?
No.
Okay. You don't have to talk. But you can listen if you want.
I guess.
I lost my father when I was young. I ran far, far away. My only friend in the world was Icarus. One day, a bully threw a rock and nearly broke his wing.
What did you do?
I cut off his fingers with this.
The spear of Leonidas? Can I hold it?
You can, but first, I need you to do me a favor. Your mother needs you.
You're going to train me to be a mighty warrior?
I will. I think you'd both benefit from having someone around here who can fight.
I'm going to be the fiercest warrior you've ever seen. I'll cut my enemies into pieces.
He needs to know.
Stay close and pay attention. I won't have you injuring yourself. First, a warrior must be resolute in their decision to kill. When you're face to face with the enemy, you cannot hesitate. Hesitation hastens the grave. My mother taught me that.
How often should I train?
All day, every day. And when your hand starts to bleed, switch hands.
What weapon should I use?
For now, we're going to find you a wooden sword. Here, this should do. If you're going to learn to fight, you need to use all your senses to anticipate your enemy's every move.
How am I supposed to know that?
By taking in the enemy before you and trusting your instincts. Watch. I'm going to swing at you from the right side. I want you to defend yourself.
Okay, I'm ready. Hey, no fair! You said you were going to punch right!
I also said you need to use all your senses. You heard me say right, but you should have seen me go left. Let's try again, and listen carefully. I'm going to attack you from the left.
Okay.
You're a fast learner.
I wish Pater could see me now. What happened to the bully whose fingers you cut off?
He went and got his brothers. They beat me pretty badly.
You didn't have any friends to protect you?
Not until one little girl stood between me and those boys, and with the rage of Ares, screamed at them to leave me alone.
Really? A girl? Who?
That little girl was me.
Whoa, Mater! Alexios taught me to be a mighty warrior like him.
He did what?
I did what I thought was best.
Best for who? You?
Best for both of you. Anyone can learn to use a plow. But with the tools I gave him, he can...
He can go to war and die like his father. Like my husband.
I know you've been through a lot. But you can't protect the boy by living in the past.
I thought bringing you here would help us have a better future. I thought if you showed an interest in the farm, he'd get excited and maybe give up on becoming a warrior. It was wrong of me to put that burden on your shoulders. I'm sorry. It's been nice having you around, Alexios. But I feel bad. All these years apart, and you've spent most of your time with Arion. Let's get away from all this, just you and me. There is a market in Teia. I haven't been to in ages. There's food and wine and music.
Right?
An evening alone sounds perfect. But what about Arion?
Don't worry about him. All you need to worry about is meeting me in Teia.
I should find out what Anais likes before our evening together. So this is where Anais keeps her wine. Smells strong. I'm getting lightheaded just sniffing it.
Φόβον με προκαλείς.
Anais must have a lifetime supply of olives stashed here.
Πάυσε πάρα αυτά.
Anais never told me she made honey.
I'm going to be a mighty warrior like you when I grow up.
There you are. Now, let's find something to eat and drink, shall we? The merchants have the most delicious selections. And tonight, I'll leave the decision-making to you. Remember when we used to steal food from the markets of Kefalonia?
We could steal from this one, for old time's sake.
Ah, always the troublemaker.
welcome, my friends. I have a wonderful selection
That's gonna
of
cause
wines
a
for
problem,
you
no?
and the lovely lady. Only the finest grapes from the finest vineyards. Do you prefer your wines dry, sweet, or strong?
You've been all over the world. You must know all the best wines.
This woman is a single mother who runs her own farm. She likes her wine strong.
You know me too well. Strong wine is the best wine.
Where? Here and boy.
Everything smells so delicious. My mouth is watering.
Smell that? That's the tastiest food in all of the year. Tell me, what will it be? We have leg of lamb with rice and olives, roast chicken with fresh vegetables, and slow-cooked goat stew.
Oh, decisions.
We'll take the lamb with olives, please.
Oh, I love olives. I'm going to devour this meal. And then I'm going to devour you.
Huh?
She's gonna devour you.
Oh, I can't tell you how much I needed this.
He's getting closer.
Welcome! If you've got sweet teeth, then I've got sweet treats for those teeth. What will it be? Grape pudding with walnuts, fresh strawberries with cream, or baked pears with a honey glaze?
Oh, yum! Choose wisely. I love sweets.
The pears sound delicious.
Homer called them gifts from the gods. But it's the honey that makes them truly divine. Tonight was perfect. You knew exactly what I wanted. Now, tell me what it is that you want.
Let me show you.
What?
Mater! You're not going to believe it!
What is it, Arion?
Bandits attacked the house, but I found one of Pater's old swords and did everything Alexios taught me. And I scared them away because I'm a warrior like the mighty eagle bearer.
That's incredible, Arion.
I guess never would have said I told you so, but it's okay, you know. You don't have to believe me.
Oh, please.
It's quite
I know you're dying to say I told you so. It's written all over your face.
Guess it's why I'm not an actor.
Alexios, there is something I need to tell you.
Anything.
Having you here was the first time I felt joy since my husband died. I hoped you were still the same person I loved back on Kefalonia, and that if you felt the same, there'd be a place for you here.
Anais.
Please let me finish. The fact you taught Arion to fight, when I explicitly asked you not to, shows me you're not the partner I'm looking for.
But he fought off those bandits. He could have been injured. Or worse.
I understand. And it's okay. You felt you knew what was better for my son. And maybe you're right. But I'm looking for someone I can trust wholeheartedly.
But I love you. I've always loved you.
I know. And I loved you too. But I think it would be best if Arion and I moved on with our lives. Stopped living in the past and started building our future.
Parting as friends, then?
Of course. We will always be friends.
Say goodbye to Arion for me.
I will, Eagle Bearer.
It would.
Οι θεοί με εγκατέλειψαν.
Let me know if you have questions.
My mom's on the phone. Hold on, I'll be right back. I'm back.
Thanks for looking.
The bounty on your... I need that bounty.
How'd you do that? That's him. It's too funny.
on you.
Mi tutto, please.
I think his nut's been cracked.